Welcome to Cheat Sheet Tale, where secrets slip, lies unravel, and the truth always has a twist. Real stories, raw confessions, and shocking betrayals. Drop a comment if you've ever caught a red flag too late. Now let's get into today's tale. I buried my father on a Monday. By Friday, my boss had buried my job. People always called me dependable. Not brilliant, not flashy, not a rock star. Just dependable. I was the first one in, and usually the last one out. I remembered everyone's birthdays, covered shifts without complaints, ate lunch at my desk because I didn't like wasting time. If something broke, I fixed it. If a deadline slipped, I stayed up and made it right. I didn't want applause. I just wanted stability. And for a while I thought I had it. The company was called Tarmac Solutions, a mid-sized compliance firm nestled in downtown Denver. Nothing fancy. No ping pong tables, no kombucha on tap. Just deadlines, dashboards, and digital paperwork. It paid the bills, gave me health insurance. Let me breathe. My job title, Operations Lead, which really meant I was the duct tape holding 3 departments together. I bridged sales and strategy, kept the project managers on time, cleaned up after every last-minute urgent idea from the executives. I wasn't the loudest voice in the room, but I was the one they all came to when the screaming stopped. And someone had to actually solve the problem, especially Kyle. Kyle Brenner, VP of Operations, had a jawline sharp enough to slice bread and a management style straight out of a LinkedIn post about high performers. He loved buzzwords, synergy, velocity, bandwidth. Ran the team like a startup trapped inside a corporate shell. Expected 10-hour days. Believed personal lives were just distractions in disguise. He'd call you family in public and replace you by Monday if your dog died on Friday. I knew how to manage him. Smile. Nod. Keep my head down. Do the work. Let the recognition come eventually. But the recognition never really came. Until my father died. My dad was a retired firefighter. Raised me alone after my mom left when I was 7. He wasn't a talker. He showed his love and utility. Fixed my car before I even asked. Rewired my apartment because he didn't trust the landlord's electricians. The man used to pack my lunch in high school with handwritten notes that just said things like, "You got this. Be brave." He taught me 3 things. 1, show up early. 2, don't expect praise. 3, take care of people, even when they don't take care of you. So that's what I did. I built my life on it. And I brought that ethic to work every single day. Even when I was tired. Even when I was hurt. Even when Kyle barely looked me in the eye during check-ins. I didn't need his validation. I had my dad's. When he passed, it was sudden. A stroke in his sleep. No warning. No goodbye. I found out on a Thursday morning. My hand was still hovering over my mouse when I got the call. After that, everything blurred. HR gave me the standard 3 days. No extra leave. No exceptions. I didn't push. I just packed a bag and drove to New Mexico, with a planner on the passenger seat and a laptop in my backpack. Because somewhere, deep in me, I still believed the company would appreciate my dedication. The funeral was Monday morning. It was a small service, local firemen in uniform, neighbors who remembered his loud laugh and firm handshake. I stood at the front reading a eulogy I wrote at 2 a.m. in the airport Marriott. I turned my phone off before the service. Not because I didn't care about work, but because my dad deserved silence. I came back to Denver Tuesday night, returned to the office Wednesday morning, still wearing black, still hollow inside. No one said anything beyond the generic, "Sorry for your loss." Not even Kyle. His assistant emailed me at 10:12 a.m. "Kyle would like to meet with you. Glass room." The glass room. A modern fishbowl, designed to make firings look clean and progressive. No doors, no echoes, just open shame, framed in glass. I walked in. He didn't stand. "Elena," he said, "we need to talk." Not welcome back. Not, "How are you holding up?" Not even a nod to the man who raised me. "We had an important deliverable due on Monday," he said. "Your absence created a bottleneck. The team was left scrambling, and frankly, it made us look bad." My heart didn't break. It hardened. "You're letting me go," I said. He nodded, like he was making a tough call for the greater good. "We need someone who can be present, someone who can handle pressure." I stared at him, not at the man, at the space he occupied, the empty, hollow, success-shaped suit he wore like armor. The same man who once made an intern cry and called it character building. Then he pushed a single sheet of paper across the table. "Termination terms. Final paycheck. Reminder to return my badge." "I hope you understand," he said. "I do," I said, and I meant it. Because in that moment, I understood something, very clearly. He didn't fire me because I failed. He fired me because he couldn't control me anymore. I took the paper, folded it once, slid it into my bag. Then I leaned in. Just enough for him to hear me clearly. "You'll regret this faster than you think." And I left. No tears, no threats. But in my back pocket was something he never saw coming. Something I'd been building quietly for months. And by next Friday, it would take half his office with me. You don't burn the woman who knows where all your fire exits are. It didn't hit me until I was halfway down the hallway. Not the grief. That would come later, in waves when I least expected it, not even the betrayal. What hit me was how familiar it felt. The way Kyle fired me. So clean, so corporate. Like he was deleting an Outlook calendar entry. I'd seen him do it before. I'd seen it too many times. That intern, Elena, who overslept during a product launch because she was on anxiety meds. And he told her, "We need people with stronger nerves." David, the senior copywriter, who missed a call because his toddler broke her arm. And Kyle said, "That's not my emergency." Even Ruby from marketing, who quietly returned to work after a miscarriage, only to be told her performance was slipping. I had watched Kyle cut people loose the same way he cut me, swiftly, with a look of practiced sympathy and a knife behind his smile. And like them, I'd walked out quietly. But I wasn't like them anymore, because I had prepared for this, not intentionally, not because I thought he'd fire me for going to my father's funeral. That's the kind of thing you only expect from monsters, or movie villains, not real people. But I had been preparing for something. I just didn't know what, until now. Dad to call, no coworkers pinging, just me. A takeout box I wasn't hungry for, and a paper folder I never asked for. Then I opened Slack. The echo channel was quiet. I typed, "Kyle let me go, said I was unreachable during my father's burial. I guess mourning makes you a liability now." 3 people reacted instantly, then 10 more. The quiet kind of digital rage. Only people who know your pain can send. Then I typed again. I didn't want this to be war, but now I do. If anyone else is ready to leave, I have a plan. 1 week, Friday, noon. Cam messaged first. "I'm in." Then Jamie. "I'll draft my letter tonight." Then Alana, the intern. Kyle tossed aside months ago. "Count me in. Screw him." Within 6 hours, 17 people had committed. More asked if they could refer others. A quiet army. Tired of the same wounds. Tired of working under someone who saw grief, therapy, family, and basic boundaries as weaknesses. I wasn't just coordinating a walkout. I was building a migration. Thursday and Friday, I spent on phone calls, messages, LinkedIn DMs. See what Kyle forgot. What men like him always forget is that the quiet ones are usually the ones everyone leans on. I had written half the onboarding docs for the company, built out templates for project workflows, managed relationships with 3 of our top 5 clients. I knew people at every vendor, every agency, every satellite office, and I never burned bridges. So when I reached out to someone at Brightwave, a growing remote-first compliance startup based in Seattle, and said, "Hey, I've got 17 high-performing people looking to walk out of Tarmac. You want them?" They didn't hesitate. By Friday evening, they offered relocation bonuses and 90-day onboarding stipends for every single person. It wasn't just about the job. It was about the culture. Brightwave had been poached before. They knew what it meant to earn loyalty in moments like this. They wanted to build a team with heart, and we had a lot of heart to offer. The following Monday, I made an announcement in Echo. Final headcount, 19. All contracts secured. Offers signed. Letters go out Friday. 12 p.m. sharp. No early leaks. Let them feel it. Together. No one objected. Not a single person backed out. Not even the ones with kids, mortgages, or pending green cards. Because when a workplace shows you who they are and how disposable they think you are, you stop negotiating. You stop hoping. You start leaving. On Wednesday, Kyle posted in general Slack. Appreciation post. Big thanks to everyone who stepped up last week. We're back on track and heading into Q3 strong. It got 5 likes. 3 were interns. By Thursday, he started acting weird, pulling people into one-on-ones, asking questions, asking if anyone had heard from me, if I was okay, if I was stirring up drama. Cam told me he looked nervous. He should have been. He had 3 days left of his illusion of control. When Friday came, I woke up early, made coffee, put on my father's old watch, sat at the edge of my bed. As the second hand ticked past 11:59 a.m., I whispered, "For you, Dad," and hit send. Hit send. Hit send. Dear Kyle, I wanted to thank you for reminding me what leadership should never look like. I'm resigning, effective immediately. My new team actually values empathy, and they don't punish people for burying their family. I didn't even have to refresh Slack. By 12:04 p.m., chaos had erupted. Resignation was trending in every team channel. IT, marketing, product, finance. One by one, people walked out, digitally. No yelling, no slamming doors. Just a clean, quiet, synchronized exit. At 12:18, Kyle messaged me. "What the hell did you do?" At 12:25, he called. I declined. Then I turned off my phone. And for the first time in weeks, I exhaled without guilt. It didn't hit Kyle when the first resignation came in, or the second. It hit when he looked around the office at 12:30 p.m. and realized the silence wasn't temporary. It was permanent. The thing about power is people in charge rarely notice it's gone until everyone's already walking away. Kyle still thought he was leading, still thought he could call a meeting, drop a few buzzwords, and realign everyone through fear or flattery. But at 12:31 p.m. on Friday, the only thing aligned in his office was absence. I didn't see the fallout firsthand. I didn't need to. Cam sent me a screenshot of the Slack dashboard, channels lighting up with exit messages, panic, and one intern's accidental post in general. Wait, is everyone really leaving? Like for real, for real? Kyle tried to do damage control, called an emergency Zoom at 1:00 p.m. Only 5 people showed up. One of them was his executive assistant. She resigned during the call. Then came the email. Subject, clarifying the situation. Team, it has come to my attention that a number of resignations were submitted today. I want to acknowledge your concerns and invite anyone who'd like to talk to meet with me directly. Tarmac has always valued its people, and we are committed to improving. Please do not act on impulse. Kyle. He still didn't get it. We hadn't acted on impulse. We had acted on evidence, on memory, on patterns. On the way, his face looked when he said, "You're being let go," with the same energy as ordering a sandwich. By 3 p.m., word had spread. A recruiter friend messaged me. "Did something blow up at Tarmac? Got 3 resumes in the last hour from senior staff. 2 said they were part of the Friday exit. Sounds like a coordinated walkout. Coordinated, calculated, catastrophic, related."